Hey guys, it's Dan, your host here at TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one's going to be doing our very first ever review for Season 10C of The Walking Dead. This one's going to be doing a non-spoiler review for the season premiere of Season 10C, Episode 17, Home Sweet Home.
You best hope I never stop talking, because when I do, something very terrible is gonna happen to you.
And like it says in the title, and as you guys can see here, this will be a non-spoiler review for the episode 17 of The Walking Dead Season 10C. So we are not going to delve into any spoilers of this episode until next week when the episode actually airs for everybody, of course. But I have just finished watching the episode, and I want to kind of give a quick review and kind of give my thoughts. So The Walking Dead is back, and I had such a smile on my face while watching this episode because I have missed this show so much. I've missed The Walking Dead show so much, and honestly, as we all have, right? And honestly, for anybody that has seen this episode, I can't wait to discuss it more in detail next week. But if you want to discuss the episode along with me and you want to actually talk about some spoilers with me, you can always message me on Instagram and stuff like that. But for this video, I do appreciate for you guys not to put any spoilers in the comment section, as am I doing right here in this review, just so we don't, spoil it for any other, maybe some people that haven't, don't have a chance to see it or anything like that. So, episode 17, Home Sweet Home. So, a very cooked up episode, an episode we've been very excited to see. It's the returning episode for The Walking Dead Season 10C. The show is back now for, next, good few weeks now, and I'm so excited to jump into the other 5 episodes. But this episode, going into it and after watching it, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love this episode. So it is basically a Maggie episode. As we all know, it is very focused on Maggie. I will say in this episode, and the one thing that I do want to kind of warn you guys about is that don't expect to see, which is something I'll just say, and then you guys will have to see for yourselves, but there isn't as much Negan as I thought there was going to be. That is the one thing I will say. Negan is not as involved in this episode as what I thought he was going to be. But I will say that what we got with Maggie was great. I want to say that. What we got with Maggie in this episode is great, because we do find out in this episode, and as you guys know from the trailers and all this kind of stuff, there is obviously some danger in this episode. We do see that, we have Elijah, we have, these new characters, of course, that are with Maggie. We find out, of course, how everything kind of came to that, how Maggie met Elijah, and how Maggie is where she's at right now, and why she's deciding to kind of come back home. What made her go back to Alexandria? We find out a little bit of that in this episode. However, we do know, obviously, from the trailers that Herschel is missing. Of course, that is the one kind of thing that goes on in this episode. I will not say how any of that stuff goes, but I will just say it's a very exciting kind of adventure episode. It's got this really adventure feel to it, at least about a good ways through. I'm like, man, it's very, a big adventure type episode, with a lot of different things happening and a lot of different, obstacles for our characters. But I will just say that, yeah, the main characters for this episode are your Daryl, but in particular, Maggie is the main character. I would say if there's any character in this episode that they focus on the most is Maggie. We focus on, like I said, why she ended up here, what made her come back home, and also kind of how she feels about, obviously, which we all knew in the table reads, how she feels about Negan taking, too much space in her head, and she just didn't want to take Herschel, back to that. And yeah, and we see a lot of that. Now, we also do deal with, along in some of the dialogue in this episode, I'll just say, a lot of the characters do mention some of the Whisper stuff. So the Whispers are still fresh, in their minds, of course, because they just defeat the Whispers. They just kind of, ended the Whispers, pretty recently in their time. So they're still kind of talking about the Whispers a little bit. And there's a lot of Whisper mentions in this episode, I'll just say, whether that's indirectly saying the Whispers or just kind of relating to what they went through with the Whispers. So I like that. And there are a lot of great action scenes in this episode. There are a lot of great kind of, just moments of just, you know, you got Maggie, you got Daryl, and they're going at it. They're trying to find, Herschel. They're trying to, kind of do this all, all this kind of stuff. And basically, to kind of make a long story short, this episode, we do get to see, which all of you guys know in the trailers, we do get to see them kind of try to make the trip back to Alexandria, of course, and all that kind of stuff. So, that is basically what I can say about the episode, as much as I can, at least, without spoiling anything, without kind of going into too much, too many spoilers or anything like that. But I will just say a few other things, aside from, kind of the main plot of the episode. It is a very, very exciting, for a premiere, I thought it actually ended up pretty good, because I was a little nervous about this episode as a premiere. I'm like, I hope they have enough in it to really satisfy us. I could say personally now, I am very satisfied with this episode. I do have a few flaws, a few minor flaws we'll get into more in the review, like the actual spoiler review. But in terms of kind of a non-spoiler and just talking about it, I am really impressed with this episode, I gotta say. A lot of great character moments, a lot of great dialogue. And the other thing I'll say about this episode, because this is the other thing I really think that'll get a lot of you guys excited for the episode, is that there's a lot of discussion with Daryl and Maggie that I really like a lot, because they really relate to some of those earlier seasons. They do. They really relate to some of those earlier seasons. I'll just say there's some name drops there. There's some really, really great stuff. Really nostalgic and stuff like that with Daryl and Maggie, I find. And Daryl is a great kind of, Maggie's the lead of this episode, I would say. But Daryl's a good kind of second, right behind Maggie to kind of, help lead this episode a little bit. And I thought it was great. And I'll just say, there are, obviously because of, all the precautions they have to take, this episode, we don't get to see, a big bunch of our characters. We really narrow it down to just Daryl, Maggie, a little bit of Negan, kind of stuff like that. But as you guys know, we are separating these episodes up a little bit because of, obviously, the way they had to film these, of course, during the pandemic, of course. But, because we got this episode, Maggie, Daryl, we got episode 18, as you guys know, will be a Daryl episode, 19 will be Gabriel and Aaron, which apparently the Gabriel and Aaron episode, from what I've heard, actually was filming at the same time this episode was filming. So they had two crews filming this episode and 19 at the same time, if you guys didn't know that. And then episode 20, of course, would be like a princess episode. Episode 21, Daryl and Carol, and then here's Negan for the last one. So, overall, I love the structure of this half season. I really do. The structure of this half season, I think, is great so far. I wasn't sure about it at first. After seeing this first episode, I am very pleased with the Walking Dead Season 10C premiere. So, that is all I can say without going into too many spoilers, without kind of giving too much away. I really want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Of course, non-spoiler-wise. However, if you want to talk spoilers, definitely message me on Instagram, and we'll definitely talk there. But that is basically it. The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 17, Home Sweet Home. Check it out this Sunday at AMC, and I just, I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about it. So, we are going to do our spoiler review, of course. We are only going to post that, though, this Sunday, unless, everybody's seen the episode before this upcoming Sunday, then maybe I'll post an early review, but it just depends. But for now, here's your non-spoiler review for episode 17, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. So, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are new here, click the subscribe button to see my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dance Walking Reviews on Instagram, guys, and, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?